This is a video to LucienZakhaev, and I apologize for not making this video way sooner, as you may be able to hear by my voice if I don't put an effect on it. I am sick as a dog, and I have been for some time. So I apologize for my voice, and if I get a little bit loopy and trail off, it's because I've got enough Sudafed in me to drop a rhino. Excuse me. But it's been bothering me that I have not answered you yet, and your question was, with today's current technology, as a transhumanist, what would I upgrade? And I have to rain on your parade a bit and be a little bit of a downer. With today's current technology, you're not having jack upgraded, because you can't do it. It's kind of like the car companies are all saying, oh, we've got these new electric cars, they're so great, they'll do wonderful, you'll love them. Just try going out and buying one. They don't exist yet. You can't. You can make an electric car yourself, but you can't buy a mass-produced electric car that's freeway speed, just a regular car. It's not available yet. Just like with all the medical upgrades possible, they're not available. And again, to rain on your parade just a little bit, or my own parade, because I try and keep myself as grounded as possible. I like to try and pride myself in the amount of reality I keep close to me. Even if they were available right now, I would not use any of them. I'm just not comfortable. I don't want to be the first one in line. Maybe a year after they come out and a few people have died and they figured out why, that's when I'll start the upgrades. As far as attachments and applications, the bionic contact lens that has the organic LEDs grown in them, that would be kind of cool. But really, I would not get anything available today. That being said, the things that will become available, I have been following many of them. Gene doping, as you're obviously aware, is the major one. They are doing some gene doping or genetic treatments of people with genetic diseases and deficiencies, and they're extremely successful now that they're not using a standard virus to transmit the DNA, because the virus would mutate and give them diseases and kill them anyway. A downer, but live and die and learn. Ugh. Either way. But with gene doping, and I would say with the next 5 years, you're going to start seeing this as a common treatment, or a lot more common. There are a lot of things you can do by rewriting your genetics. In fact, almost everything. The first thing I would have upgraded, obviously, because of my voice, is my immune system. I would love a better immune system. It's actually been the last 2 years, I seem to get every crusty bug that goes by, and it drops me for weeks. And I don't know why I didn't used to have this problem, so getting old's a bitch. That would be another one. The ceasing of this aging process and going back to when I was like 25 physically. That, I'm sure you follow Ray Kurzweil, will more than likely be possible within the next 10 years. So I'm looking forward to that. That is one of the upgrades I will take fairly quickly, because I'm getting up there in the years. Let's see, I've got a couple notes here that I've written down what I would have upgraded when it becomes available, after people stop dying from it. The disease-resistant, darker skin. You might not be able to tell this with my special effects because I'm already white as a ghost in the video, but I'm white as a ghost in reality. When I go outside, I burst into flames. So I would love to have some of that nice Latin olive-colored skin. That's fantastic. I'd love to be like that. And my hair. I'd like my hair back, please. I have most of it, but there's a spot in the back, and I have a partially receding hairline on one side. I just like to even that up. And a lot of people think it's because of wanting to attract girls or being more attractive to women. And some of the research I've done, you're actually not competing for women. You're competing against the other men. So you want to, it's an ego thing with men. And I guess I am still fairly human in that respect, and I would like to be seen as still effective in life. I don't want to be an old fuddy-duddy or that kind of thing. Just an ego thing. Those are simple, and the hair thing is less dangerous, more than likely, by having some genetic information placed into my scalp to grow hair. Even if it goes bad, I probably won't die. So that's a fairly safe one. I've been reading on some of the brain implants. There is a man that has what do they call it? Trapped-in syndrome, locked-in syndrome. I believe that's what they call it, where he's paralyzed. He can move his eyes slowly, but that's it, because he had a separation or some damage. And they put a chip in there that in his vocal, where he speech cortex, and he can now make vowel sounds via a synthesizer. So he's learning to speak through a chip to a computer. That's very cool. I don't want you'd have to be paralyzed and know the right people to get this chip, and they're still just doing vowel sounds. So it's not there yet, but in a few years an upgraded memory would be wonderful. An upgraded consciousness. They're following Kurzweil's exponential growth in information technology. A chip in 20 years will be 1,000 times faster than the human brain, with 100 times more memory. I think that's right. It might be reversed. Either way, it's a lot. Oh, and it'll be in a chip the size of the tip of your thumb. The University of Michigan has been working on nano-neural interface, putting nanowires onto neurons and exchanging information with it. Essentially, the beginning of the Matrix. You combine those two things, you have the wiring of the brain, and then you can have one of those chips or several of those chips implanted somewhere in your body, hooked up to those wires. You can expand your cognitive and consciousness thousands of times over. Be more self-aware and aware of reality, and be able to process and store more of it. I think will be a huge boon to intelligent beings. I don't want to say mankind or humanity. A boon to intelligent beings. The other thing I really want is